Okay, good
Okay.
afternoon. Thank you for joining us today, Joshua Arowolo. I would like to meet you.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Thank you for having me here. Okay. My name is Arowolo Joshua. I develop mobile application um, as well as web app. But let me just call it I'm a software developer. So that's all about it.
Okay. So what else do you do apart from software development?
Um, I have other things I do which are actually passionate about. But let's just talk about the part of software development. So I take training too, like student. I take student. I mentor both teenagers and young, and open them to opportunities not only in tech but in other areas of life.
Okay,
So,
so Arowolo is one of our mentors at the Young and Inspired Mentoring Initiative. And as a matter of fact, he's going to be taking one of our trainings starting in March 2021. Would you want to tell us about the what you'll be training or some of our mentors or mentees rather they're flying on?
okay. Um, what I'll be taking them, I will be handling the part of software development. I, what software development is all about, how they can benefit from. Nowadays, we believe that we are in era of tech where, irrespective of the field of study you have, you still need what is called information technology. So to advance your career or your business. So I'll be joining them to aspire them and to inspire them on and to orientate them on what software development is all about, specifically mobile application. Nowadays, hardly will you see a company, hardly will you see a company or any organization without mobile application. Even hardly will you see anyone without a mobile phone now, be it Android or iOS or any kind of smartphone. So all these applications that are installed there are developed by someone like me, like and many people like that. When you check Play Store, you check App Store, you discover that you see the owner of that app is being developed by human being. So I will be taking them how to develop that application, what it entails to build an app from the stage of having idea, because any kind of product you see outside there started with idea. So then you bring that idea into word, you break that idea from um, like from that how big it is to simpler modules. Then you now choose the kind of programming language to use to solve that problem on your own. So, and many other things. I believe it's going to be a nice session with them.
Okay, so many people are usually particular about programming languages. They hear Java, C Sharp, Python is everywhere now. So what programming language would you be using or what platform would you be using for the mobile application development?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So we have different like programming languages that someone can use. Nowadays, you hear a lot of languages. You hear that are specific to either front end application development, then back end application. Then you hear mobile. So we have different languages, but here we'll be taking the language called Flutter. Flutter is actually a cross-platform framework. What I mean by like developed by Google. What I mean by cross-platform is you can use the same code base, like the what we'll be teaching them. You can use the same code you write to develop Android app on iOS at the same time, and at the same time you can use that same code base to build a web app, Linux app, or um, even including Windows applications. So it's it cut across all um, environments or all operating systems. So that's why we call it a cross-platform. So
What?
which I believe that whether you want to be a web developer, you want to be a mobile developer, then you want to be a back-end developer. So you, with the help of that language, if you are proficient with that language, you will be able to um, bring your like your ambition to reality.
Okay, thank you very much, Joshua. I didn't know you could use Flutter for web application development. But then, would you just maybe like explain the difference between backend, web, and mobile? Like people want to know the difference between those three platforms so they
All
can
right.
make
Okay.
informed choices.
All right. Okay. So there is web app. There's, let me start with front end application. So talking about the web application, we have a part called front end, which encompasses of the UI that we see. So we have different languages that we use for that. So for instance, we use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we have many other JavaScript frameworks that you can use for front end. So we have backend at the same time. Backend backend is more or less like the life that you are giving with, to your any kind of application you are building. You know that when you want to make a transaction, you press a button. So that button is the button, the UI, the interface that you are seeing is the front end part. So why the back end is the life, like when you want to perform an action, you trigger a button and it perform a particular function that you want it to be. That's the back end part. And let's say you're a student, you have your record saved somewhere, so which we call database, and any kind of organization makes of database. So backend developer is the one that relates with back and database. Then they fetch the data, send it to present it in form of API for the front end version to consume or to display. Uh, in order for user to be able to interact with that kind of interface. So talking about the mobile part, mobile is just what we know. So applications built developed on mobile phone. So we have different applications. It can be gaming app. It can be any kind of applications that we are interacting with that we are used to. Be it, for instance, we have Facebook application, mobile app. We have Google mobile applications. We have WhatsApp, which I think everyone in Nigeria, and not only in Nigeria but even outside Nigeria now, which we have people social media network applications that people are familiar with. So to communicate with one another. So all those applications are built um, by the developers. So the developer that built that kind of mobile application is what we term them as mobile developer. So the one that built web app or API, we term them as backend. While the one that relate that build anything that user sees when you log into it, when you open any kind of website, we call them front end developer.
All
So
right.
that's just summary.
All right. Thank you very much for shedding light on that. I've spoken with you so many times, and I know how passionate you are about the training we are about to begin. I just wanted to say one or two things about why you have decided to be a mentor. Because I know mentoring takes time to take a portion of your time weekly. So why are you doing this?
Okay, thank you. If we look at it nowadays, we discover that many people are graduating from certain institution, be it university or polytechnics, but outside the world, what they were taught in school was not what they meant when they graduated. So recently, we have numbers of NYC students that just passed out. We discovered that just did POP recently. We discovered that the government will just release them into the world, and majority of them will not have something tangible they are doing. Even those that are working, that are really working, they are not earning as expected. They could not even
Yeah, they are underemployed.
provide like what they need. So but with the help of software development or with anyone, any kind of any field that you choose in software development, even though me I prefer mobile, so because mobile is what you relate with daily, and if you have mobile application, you just have to see mobile application Play Store, you never lack. You can never lack because definitely if the application is meeting people's needs, they will download more. You will have more downloads, and there are many opportunities to that. So another point, apart from the fact that it will help uh, younger ones to not only teenagers but even the youth to choose the right career and to earn more. Another point is that it's software development. Like I find it enjoyment, fulfillment when I see when I impact life in this career, in this my field. Like for instance, when you build um when you assist people, or when you upbring someone, you discover that the person that you upbring in one way or the other will impact what someone else. Look at it, it will form a community, like a chain, whereby the those that are maybe that does not really know much about what you impact them, but due to the fact that you introduce them into such kind of network, they will be able to impact others too. And there is a saying that an informed mind leads to a transformed mind. So if you inform someone, definitely the person will be transformed, and at the same time transform others. We inform others, which will be continuous like that. So I so much believe in uh, training
Chain of
the younger
transformation.
ones. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel. It's been nice speaking with you. I'm also optimistic that everyone that will be a part of this will be able to gain so much from your wealth of knowledge. And I'm also so grateful. I really appreciate it because I know you're not particular about the money. In fact, you're not charging anything. And so, for everyone who wants to take advantage of this, I've been telling my friends, I've been telling people within my network, you can't get it any cheaper than this. And it's not just a 6 week training, it's not just a 5 week training, it's going to be for at least 4 to 6 months. So, I really want to say thank you for doing this. And I believe that we will really, form a chain of transformation at the end of the day and be able to impact so many lives. So, thank you
Yeah,
very much, Joshua.
thank
I don't
you.
know if you have any other thing to say
All
before we
right.
wrap up
Yeah.
this conversation. Do you have
Okay.
any other
Okay. So
comments?
to just wrap up, thank you. Yeah. To In summary, so what I just want to say is that if you're a kind of person that you have idea, irrespective of the field of study, it's independent. This kind of training is independent of what you studied in school. Maybe studied at Greek or any kind of
Right.
study.
Sure.
So it's independent. And nowadays, you know that there is no field that does not even require technology nowadays.
Right.
You can impart
Yeah.
uh, you can build softwares or applications that will change the way you can automate, like your own personal field of study, be it if you're an accountant. You definitely know that there are different softwares, like accounting softwares. Those softwares are built by someone, and irrespective. And again, another opportunity that I would just want them to prepare their mind for the training is international opportunities. There are different opportunities internationally. If you're a kind of person that you want to be known across the whole world, so this kind of training is for you, because IT is globally recognized. So
Is that
um,
I'm tempted
we
to
hope
join your
to have
class.
definitely you you will not would like to have you
So thank you very
like to
much,
have you.
Joshua. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Yeah. So we'll be ending the conversation. I want to thank you for the time, and I believe that by the time we start next month, we will really have a wonderful time learning together. Thank you so much. Don't be surprised if you see
All
me in
right.
your class. Don't be surprised.
There's no problem.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of
Okay.
your day.
All right. And you too. Yeah.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Yeah. Okay.